Alexander Gustafsson as he fights Vladimir Matyushenko. Originally scheduled to meet earlier before injury intervened, the light heavyweight matchup between young gun Alex Gustafsson and veteran Vladimir Matyushenko is almost like a fine wine. It's only gotten better with time.
My game plan against Vladdy is going to be stay outside. I will start picking him apart and knock him out.
He's got long reach, but his hands are wide open, and I come right through the middle. I'm going to use my power to knock him out.
Jon Jones isn't the only 24-year-old phenom in the light heavyweight division, as Sweden's Alex Gustafsson has been quietly moving his way up the ranks, impressively finishing Cyril Diabate, James Tahuna, and Matt Hamill in successive bouts. Now, he wants to add Vladimir Matyushenko to that list.
My job tonight is to beat up and retire Vladimir Matyushenko. I can promise I'm not going to go the distance.
The Iron Man of the 205-pound weight class, Vladimir Matyushenko has gone from dominating his foes on the mat to knocking them out. Fresh from back-to-back knockouts of Alexander Ferreira and Jason Brills, it's cleanup time once again for the janitor.
My last two fights, I won the first round. I would like to finish this one in the first round too, but if I go to the distance, I'm prepared for that. I've been training for this fight almost a year. I'm sick of it. I want to finish it tonight. I'm going to finish it good.
He's the Mauler, Alexander Gustafsson, 12-1 in his mixed martial arts career, and maybe the least talked about quickly rising prospect in the light heavyweight division.
I agree, Mike. I don't think this guy has gotten nearly enough credit. His last three fights have been absolutely spectacular. Really attacked Cyril Diabate in an amazing fight. Submitted him, submitted James Tahuna, and then stopped Matt Hamill in another spectacular performance. He's young, he's hungry, he's technical, he's aggressive. Really, really exciting and promising young man.
His lone defeat came in Abu Dhabi to Phil Davis, and guess who he trains with now? Phil Davis.
Yeah, smart guy.
Absolutely,
you know?
and Phil gave him huge props. Huge props.
I think it's beautiful that guys do that. They're smart. They go to the guy who beat him and say, hey, can you show me something?
Yeah.
And it's really amazing that Phil Davis took him in. It's credit to Phil Davis because they're in the same weight class. They may very well have to face each other again someday in the future.
He has trained both in Sweden, back home, and in San Diego for this fight tonight. 8 wins by TKO or knockout, 3 by submission. He has finished 7 fights in the first round. 4-1 in his UFC career. And he said, I am a striker. That is my bread and butter. But I'm getting better at the other areas of mixed martial arts. And he's going to face tonight a very experienced wrestler in Vladimir Matyushenko, a world-class wrestler, Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson. Vladimir Matyushenko made his UFC debut, Joe, at UFC 32 in June of 2001 in the Meadowlands when he defeated Yuki Kondo by unanimous decision. Then fought for the title on short notice against Tito Ortiz. Tonight, the janitor fights in the octagon for the 11th time, and his only defeat in his last 6 fights was to the champion Jon Jones.
Well, in the last 2 fights, he's shown some really improved striking. He's been spending a lot of time training with Anthony Hardonk, and there you see Hardonk right there, who's an outstanding kickboxer. And then Henry Akins, a Hickson Gracie black belt, working with him on his jiu-jitsu. And we've seen that striking training. We've seen it, especially in the Jason Brills fight. Caught Brills early, stopped him, and he also stopped Alexander Ferreira in his fights before that. So he's been on a roll. The last 2 fights, he's got some good confidence and good momentum going for him. And to get in there with Alexander Gustafsson and stop him, that would be a huge, huge feather in Matyushenko's cap and get him closer to a top fighter in this division.
He has also worked extensively with Lyoto Machida as well as Fabricio Verdum. The janitor, 40-year-old Vladimir Matyushenko, 26 wins in his MMA career. Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight fight is brought to you by Dodge, the official automobile of the UFC. Matt Yushchenko, 16 years older than Gustafsson, who is 5 inches taller and will have a 2.5-inch reach advantage. With the introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a striker, holding a professional record, 12 wins, 1 loss, standing 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 203 pounds. Fighting out of Stockholm, Sweden, Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 26 wins, 5 losses, standing 6 feet tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of El Segundo, California, Vladimir the Janitor Matushenko. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Lavigne.
Yves Lavigne, our referee for this light heavyweight fight.
Step back a little bit, please. Thank you. Step back a little bit.
The beautiful Ariani.
Ready, sir? Ready? Fight!
Matt Yushchenko and Gustafsson. Tonight's clock brought to you by Haywire. In theaters January 20th, starring MMA superstar Gina Carano. Long and lean is the 24-year-old Swede.
He's showing Vladdy some feints with the legs, making him think about the kicks.
Matt Yushchenko, national champion back home, 5-time Belarusian national champ. Very experienced wrestler, defeated both Royce Alger and Kevin Jackson. Kevin Jackson, an Olympic gold medalist during their wrestling days.
And Vladdy took a big swing and a miss there. Good leg kick there by Gustafsson.
Stay active. Keep it busy. Stay active. Keep it busy. Yeah.
Vladdy is going to have to take some chances to close that distance. And Gustafsson is well aware of that. And that is why he's got him constantly thinking.
Gustafsson started with the uppercut there.
A lot of fakes, a lot of misdirection.
Oh, straight kick.
Vladdy's got to clinch and see if Vladdy can keep a hold of him. He cannot.
He is very powerful, Vladimir Matt Yushchenko. Fight originally scheduled for August. Matt Yushchenko was hurt in training. He was training with Dan Henderson at that time. Great to have Hendo back in the UFC. Coming off that incredible fight with Shogun.
Maybe the greatest fight of all time.
You got that right.
Vladdy's looking for that right hand. You can see him trying to find a spot for it, but unable to pull the triggers of yet.
UFC Rio, Saturday, January 14th from HSBC Arena in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He takes shot, trying to finish it here. Oh my!
It's it.
And
It's
it
it.
is all over.
It's it.
Just like that, Alexander Gustafsson wins for the 5th time in the octagon.
As you were saying, Mike, not enough people are talking about this kid. To stop a great veteran like Vladimir Matyushenko that quickly. Let's see this again.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go.
Wow.
Starting with the jab. He
ran
stepped into it.
right into it. He ran right into that jab. Let's see it again. Yeah, literally ran into it. Man, that is the worst thing that you could ever do. Running right into a punch like that, it just accentuate the power. Some of the worst knockouts happen that way. I mean, really terrible technique by Vladdy in doing that, but beautiful job of capitalizing on it by Gustafsson.
Eric Del Fiore, so excited for the young prospect, Alexander Gustafsson, who finishes the janitor, Vladimir Matyushenko, here in the first round. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 13 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson.
Huge win for Alexander Gustafsson. And a huge hug for Joe.
All right, I'm here with the Mauler, Alexander Gustafsson. A huge victory for you, a huge name in Vladimir Matyushenko. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
You know, I was prepared for 3 hard rounds, and Vladimir's a tough guy. I look up to him. He's a really good fighter, been here for a long time, but yeah, I got the knockout.
Well, you have this long reach advantage, and obviously it's very difficult for guys to close the distance. As he was trying to close the distance, let's take a look at it. You just timed it perfectly. You knew he was coming at you. You caught him with this beautiful straight jab, and you see he's badly, badly hurt, and you jumped all over him here.
Yeah, I see that. It was a good punch. It was my day today. It's my dream to fight here in Vegas. I got my biggest win in my life.
Well, Alexander, you've been on a tear lately. What's next for you? What kind of competition would you like to face next in the octagon?
You know, I just take one fight at a time, and I want to win my fight. So it was a good 2011. Thank you, guys. I want to thank my sponsor, Bad Boy. I want to thank Nexus Fighter Center, Andreas Michael, Team Alliance, Everton Fair, all you guys I've been training with. Thank you. My family, my girlfriend, everybody. Thank you.
A very promising contender, Alexander Gustafsson, ladies and gentlemen.
Huge win for the Mauler here tonight in the MGM Grand Garden Arena as he takes out the janitor. Cannot wait for next season. The Ultimate Fighter, there's one of the coaches, Uriah Faber. His opposing coach will be the champion, Dominic Cruz. Now, he shaved his head because of everything that his sister has gone through since the car accident.